As a book designer, I love collaborating with authors to create the best book possible. But I know some authors want to do everything themselves, and that's great. If that's you, in this video, I'm going to share a few tips to help you avoid looking like an amateur and instead format your book like a pro. I'm Carla Green, the founder of Clarity Designworks, where we aim to be your book's best friend with professional book design and publishing support. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click the bell so you receive notifications when I release new videos. So let's get to those tips about book formatting and design. Let's start on the cover, where my first bit of advice is to not use the word by with your author name on the cover. It's just not done. If you can find a book in a bookstore that has the word by next to the author's name, take a photo and send it to me, because I haven't seen one yet. So I would suggest that you do not use the word by to give your cover the professional look. I could go on and on about more things about the cover, but that's a video for another day. So let's talk about the inside right now. First thing is, I recommend justifying your text. So that means having your left and right margins, or not margins, edges of the text even, as opposed to what's called flush left and ragged right, where the left edge is all straight and the right edge, the lines end wherever they end. When you have justified text, it creates a nice clean block of text page by page, which is a lot easier for the reader to follow. Sort of related to that is to avoid using two spaces between sentences. It's very common from our way back when typewriter days to type two spaces between sentences. But in proper typesetting, you want to avoid that, because having that with justified text can lead to some kind of ugly big white gaps in your paragraphs. Again, not very user-friendly, so keep the space between sentences to a single. If you've already typed your manuscript and used double spaces, it's a pretty easy search and replace to just search for those doubles and replace them with singles, and you've now got a nice clean manuscript. Blank pages. Your book will probably have some. In some places, it's pretty standard. Usually the back of the dedication page might be blank. If you have a chapter that ends on the right and you want the next chapter to also start on the right, you're going to have a blank page in between there on the left. So when you have those blanks, I recommend that you keep them truly blank. Take off headers, footers, page numbers, any of those things that are on your other pages, because if I turn the page as a reader and see a blank, I expect it to be blank. If there's a header, I kind of wonder what's missing. Did something drop off here? What's going on? So basically keep blank pages blank. And finally, page numbers. It's very simple. Page numbers, numbering on the right should be odd numbers. The pages on the left should have an even number. And that's just standard the way books are numbered. If you forget this tip, just remember to pick up any traditionally published book and see what they do, and that will be the formula. So quick wrap up, don't use by on the cover with your author name. Inside, justify your text and keep spaces between sentences to a single space, not a double. Blank pages, keep them blank, and page numbers, odd numbers on the right, even numbers on the left. I hope those tips help you create the best book possible.